Welcome to Day-to-Day
Bullshit.
a raw and real podcast where we tackle life's challenges with real stories, not fake. Advice,
Always real.
wait for it, and expert insights.
Well done, well done.
Well done.
Tell us who you are.
Well,
I'm Dawn.
you're Dawn.
I'm Dawn.
Oh, I'm C.
I'm Coach Adam.
Coach Adam.
Coach Adam.
See, he got to be CA.
We're just gonna call him Coachella.
Coachella.
Don't call me anything else. Well, today's topic, the big hot topic of the day, is bullshit. Generational complaints with a hint of digital obsession.
Just a wee hint.
Just a wee.
And we've got two very special guests today, which I'm going to tell you about, or who I'm going to tell you about.
Okay.
Because they're both people, as far as I know.
Yeah.
First up is going to be Matt Triolo,
Hello.
a New Jersey dad with old school morals and traditions, like preferring to speak in person versus over the internet. I like that.
Yep.
Wants to chime in on what it's like to be slightly older generation, and to be a slightly older generation, and having to deal with all the newer generations. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
No, we can't just have this meeting over text. You need to physically show up in person and actually talk face to face. I love it.
Yep.
Next up is going to be Summer, a soon-to-be 25-year-old female in the workplace who wants to share her thoughts about today's older and even younger generation's quirks and obsessions that make life and the workplace, well, convoluted.
Ooh. Gonna be juicy.
Juicy.
See, hit the juicy button.
Where is it? Juicy fruit. That ain't juicy.
We're still working on the sound effect.
Silence.
That's the mindfulness part. The mindfulness.
Well.
We're gonna get a graphic for that too at some point.
Yeah.
I think we need one. We have to have one for
yeah,
that
I love
particular
that.
soundbite. Loving it.
Who? Ready for
So,
Matt?
I don't know. Are we ready to rock with Matt?
Yeah, what are we thinking about? Let's tee it
Matt
up.
is
Set
here.
the table for Matt. Should we
Yeah.
let Matt set the table?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Should
I'm
we
here.
Matt is
You're
here.
on. Oh, Matt's
I
am
on.
on.
Matt,
Yeah,
what's
welcome.
up, Matt?
I
How's
just
it
said
going?
welcome, Matt. I wasn't trying to make a joke. What?
It's okay.
I haven't had that one yet.
So what's up? How you doing, Matt?
How's it going?
It's
Good.
good. So talk to us. You know, what are some thoughts top of your mind about this topic?
Well, when it comes to my workplace, I'm a very personable person to begin with. So when it comes to the whole cell phone thing, even during work hours, just not a fan. And when it comes to meetings, I like to be face to face with people. I like to see them, feel me, be able to get my point across to them, as opposed to like a text message or even a phone call. I feel like I can't express myself fully unless I'm able to do it face to face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's my biggest thing when it comes to just text me what you need, or just text me something.
Well, and also, if I could just say, like, you get so much more data. If you're just talking about data when you're talking to somebody, the
Yes.
body language, what they're, you
Right.
see their
they're
expression,
saying.
and, how they're saying what they're saying. Like, if I just text you, great, I don't know if it's great or great.
True. So
Or
true.
you have to add in
Exclamation.
the symbol, so I know you mean great and not
Right.
sarcastically
Yes.
great.
Right. Why not just tell it to me in front of me?
Texting can be good for a shopping list.
That's about it.
That's about
Right.
it.
Yeah, not
Paul's
Right.
out there trying to get some groceries. I'm like, oh, don't forget the cilantro.
yelling at him.
That's when it comes in handy.
Exclamation point.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly. But otherwise, it's so impersonal.
Around this, Matt.
Well, when it comes to so I do have a daughter who's younger, and communication with her is mainly through text. But when it comes to my adult friends, my small circle, I prefer we'll meet up in person. We'll meet up at we'll go for a couple drinks. We'll hang out, or old school. I'll actually talk on the phone.
Phone.
I know that's not.
Yeah.
Imagine
I
that.
know that that's not heard of these days, but nothing gets. You can actually you hear that person, and you could actually vibe better
Yeah.
Definitely.
through
Okay.
voice.
Do they act? Do your other friends feel the same way? Do they call? Do they text? I mean,
Well, again, so we're not big on the phone period. So
okay.
our phone calls are, we keep it short and sweet and to
Right.
the point. So we try not to, stray too far.
Yeah. So you're not sitting on your bed with your princess phone just talking for hours and
Twirling the
hours.
cord, twirling the cord with my
Twirling
finger.
the cord.
Oh, my foot's dangling across.
That would have been old school, all right.
Paint that
God.
picture for you.
Oh my gosh. Or the phone ring. Who is it? So it's your man, come downstairs. You can
Oh, yeah. Or in Paul's
Oh,
house.
and it's funny that you say that because even I have family, I have a pretty decent sized family, and a lot of them don't live around me. So I will call my cousins, from time to time and just
Uh-huh.
catch up. So, that's something that I do quite frequently, as opposed to like texting,
Yeah.
to stay in touch.
Right.
Right.
It's
That's
so
what
much
family
nicer
should
to
do.
actually hear the voice on the other end.
Right.
A lot of
right.
people don't want that, but
It is.
it's really
Yeah.
nice.
I think to some people it feels like too much of a commitment. I mean, that sounds really bizarre.
It does, right?
Like, oh my God, I'm going to commit to actually like taking the
Yes.
time to like,
Yeah.
listen and respond.
I have a cousin
Or
that.
why didn't you respond to my text?
Yes.
Yeah,
in
why
X
didn't you
amount of
respond to my
time?
text?
Yeah.
Yes,
That's
exactly.
I've had that thrown at me,
Right.
Yes.
and it's like I'm busy.
right.
Yeah, you're busy, so you can't. My cousin likes to make all her calls while she's driving between God knows what state, but she's always back and forth: California, Arizona, Colorado. That's where
or
she
you could
gets
be driving. Yeah,
You
could be
drive
driving,
and-
you don't have to worry about the texting while you're driving.
Yeah, exactly. And she just chats it up, or even her business calls, whatever, because she's got plenty of hours to,
Right.
And so that's how she does it. But and that's what she does. She just drives forever all the time. So
But you miss the connection,
yeah,
texting
Yeah.
all the time. And like you said, you could text something to someone and it's misinterpreted.
always.
And then you have a problem.
Yeah,
Like
I'm notorious for that.
yes. Yes. And
There's
like
also a paper trail then too.
Yes, it is.
Digital paper trail.
yes.
Yeah, yeah.
There is a digital paper trail, and I love how they've now display, at least in New Jersey. I don't know about anywhere else, but it's like it used to say "Don't drink and drive." Now it says "Don't text and drive."
Isn't that
Yeah,
something?
don't text them.
So that's the new drunk.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes, it
Yeah.
is.
Because it's so unsafe. 1 second, like some idiot moves into the next lane, you don't see him.
That's it.
Damn,
That's it.
How
It's
many
the-
times? Yeah, you read about all these the car accidents. They're looking down at their
They're
phone
texting,
instead of through the
always.
windshield, and it's like
It's horrifying.
it is.
I
Yes.
gotta send this text out before my girlfriend gets mad at me.
Okay.
So.
Nonsense.
Bullshit.
Bullshit. Calling bullshit on that one.
So how what are we going to do about this? And even like, well, I couldn't. I was telling them I argue with my son because he's in the car driving and texting. I'm like, yo,
No.
bro,
No.
bro,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
It's not that important.
No, it can wait.
It definitely
And
can wait.
how long do you have to I couldn't imagine how long you'd have to look down on your phone to send a reply,
Yes.
Yeah,
as
no
opposed
kidding.
to seeing where you're going.
Yeah.
Or you're holding it out
Yes.
this way and drive. I don't know. It's too much going on for me.
How about
They've done studies too where, I mean, they basically show that people, we like to think that oh, I can multitask. I can look
Yeah,
at the road. And look
but
at my phone.
driving's not
you,
one of them.
You literally, it's the same as shutting your eyes.
Yep,
It is.
You're right.
Right.
You're driving
Right.
blind.
How about
No,
people that
I
are fighting over
100% agree.
text? It's like,
Oh.
I have to get text back.
Yes,
right,
yes.
You're at a red
No.
light.
Right.
Cars are honking behind you. Like,
And who's really going to pull over to send a text message? I mean,
Right.
I mean, there is
Right.
voice to text. They can
Right.
do
Yes.
that.
the whole side of the road would be filled with cars.
Right. But then, the question is what is so important that we've got to do it right in that moment? Like, remember back in the day when, you might get into your car and for 20 minutes or an hour, nobody could get in touch with you.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, never until you got to your destination.
Yeah.
Right.
Just think about it.
Maybe a message there for you. And also on the phones, big one, people are posting shit all the time when they're driving. I know this has now been a few years ago, but a woman was driving. She posted something on social media, didn't see the barrier on the freeway that one of the entrances, there's a car lane and an express lane. she wanted to go on the express lane, but didn't see the big barriers there. She was posting to Facebook, and then bam, hit it and died. So
Oh,
Shucks.
it's that fast. Social media is
You
kind
know,
of the
you,
same
you
thing.
say that you talk about that social media, see, and you see a lot of crazy things going on in the world via social media, but like everybody's recording it and nobody's taking action to do anything.
Yeah.
You know?
True.
right.
I
That's
just watched a
sad.
car go through a vet clinic and injure a dog, and there's people recording it instead of actually
Trying
Trying
to
to help.
like
Oh.
saving people.
Oh my
What is
God.
wrong
We're
with us?
backwards.
We've just become spectators and content creators. It's like we're either,
Yes,
we're either,
yes.
like documenting it or watching it.
But no
Yeah.
one's
The whole part
reporting
of, like,
it.
living your life and doing stuff.
He said
Well,
it. He
they're
said it
hoping they
right.
get that all those likes for reasons.
Exactly.
I'm still not
Content
sure.
creators, followers,
And then, of
viral.
course,
Gotta go
Followers, there
viral.
you go.
One of our topics, another episode we did was, what do you call it? Not being able to, like, your self esteem gets lowered real quick if someone's not responding or liking it immediately.
Throws you
Or
off.
it's like,
Oh,
oh,
man.
now wait, why? Why is no one liking my stuff?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, their self worth is measured by that
Report some
post.
crazy stuff going on. You'll get some likes.
Yeah.
You gotta
Get
find
off
all
your
this
phone.
whack stuff going on.
So, Matt, what do you think about? Have you heard about some of these people? I actually read about somebody who was around 30, and basically he was so sick of, just the bullshit from all this digital, the
Yes.
addiction to our digital devices, that he switched to, there are these sort of like lower tech phones that they have now,
Yeah.
where basically it's
Okay,
just
right.
the phone. And in his case, it was just like, almost like the original,
Flip phone.
Oh my
it's like,
goodness.
it's like a black and white. It's like a grayscale. So
Oh.
like just the text. Like there's no graphic. So you
Right.
can get email if you need that, and you have the phone, but that's it. Like there's no
It's-
anything else.
It's
So-
funny that you mentioned that. A coworker of mine did that very thing. He downgraded his smartphone to a nowadays flip phone
Yeah.
with no graphics, no games, and then just 2 weeks ago, he did great for like the first 6 months. And 2 weeks ago, I see him and I said, "Where'd your flip phone go?" He's like, "It's football season. I can't do my fantasy on my phone." So he went back to an Android or
Oh,
whatever.
funny.
Well, I gotta say, I'm like, of all the possible reasons, that's a pretty good reason. Let's be honest.
Right. I mean, I wasn't even
I have to
thinking. I
agree.
was like, he was doing really well. I mean, he said that he misses some things, but once football season started,
That was
he goes,
it?
"No, I
Oh,
need my
that's right.
fantasy team."
Yeah. Well, but so I'm curious. Like, did he talk about feeling like very different? Was there a big change that he talked
He
about or
felt
that
like
you
he had a
noticed?
lot more freedom during that time.
I'm sure.
Which I think
It's
if
addictive.
you're willing to trade in your device for something lower tech grade, I think you would find yourself with a lot more freedom. You
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't be scrolling social media.
Right.
I mean, and without social media goes a lot of what we were just talking about. You're
Yeah.
not recording anything.
Yeah.
You're not watching. You're not liking,
No.
Right.
content.
Yeah.
Brain freeze.
And I think that frees
Yeah.
up a lot of your time. I
Yeah.
think the cell phone devices are taking up a lot of our time.
Yes, it is.
And
Oh, wasting our time.
Yeah.
More like
Yeah.
it. It's a
Yeah.
waste of time. I remember back.
And I think that a lot of the content that we're watching is all. I don't think it's. For me, I'm personal. Maybe I'm doing it wrong, but it's not the best stuff. You're seeing
Yeah.
seeing a lot of
It's a lot of garbage.
not
Stupid
so nice
stuff.
things going
Yeah.
on.
There's a lot of garbage. I go back to I remember back in the day when summers were after school was out and summers, and parents would be like, "Stop watching the boob tube, get outside and
Yes.
do
Make
stuff."
you go outside.
That was a big thing, but it's like now trying to get kids just to even watch on a big screen, which I think is a big deal because the phones are like this close to their damn eyes. And I'm like, why do you want to watch
All
that
going
film
wrong.
on that anyway?
Right,
Like,
right.
Sure.
get the cinematic experience. We have surround sound. Really? What are we doing here? Like,
Yeah.
this shitty little phone.
See, when I was
I think it
growing
does
up,
something to them,
My
you know?
mother would always be mad for us. God forbid we were allowed to watch MTV. It wasn't allowed.
Yeah.
See?
She
Right.
did not like that channel.
It was racy.
And now, of course,
Yes.
now I'm thinking about the dan 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 dan.
Da-dun, da-dun, dun, 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 dun. Yeah. Does anyone know what the very first video played on MTV was?
Wait.
Oh,
Very first video?
Wait.
Yes.
I'm gonna take a guess.
All right, go.
The police. I'll be watching you.
Nope. It was video killed the radio star. Video killed the radio star.
Still a very
See?
dribbling song, by the way.
They got me.
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
Because that was the first video played, so they were saying, of course, radio is going to die. It's going to go away.
Oh.
So that's what they launched their channel with.
well,
Wow.
this digital world ain't going away. That's what
No.
I'm sure.
Yeah,
Definitely not.
No.
And radio shows still live on
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
they do.
completely through Sirius, and you don't even. And now you can get radio shows from wherever you want. Like,
Here for radio.
Absolutely.
let's hear it for radio.
It's kind of like a radio
Yeah,
show.
radio.
It is.
radio's
It
been
is.
around forever.
It's a
the
video
longest,
radio
I
show.
believe.
Yes. It's a
I love it.
radio.
Got to get it out somehow.
But some of those old stories on the radio were so great, like those mystery murders and all that fun
Just
stuff.
sit and listen.
Oh, we're talking about like 1930s.
Yeah. And also the Frasier episode where he does a radio show and
Yeah.
and suddenly he has
aged.
Niles being all the characters and Niles
Yes.
is pissed and everyone gets shot. Yeah.
Well, we were using our imagination. And the thing that's so funny is back
Uh-huh.
then, people were saying, oh, the radio is going to rot the minds of
Oh,
the youth.
I know.
And it's like,
And how much power did they have over their audience?
Yeah.
When they did that. Remember who was it? That
Oh.
Orson Welles.
War of
Orson
the
Welles who did the
Totally.
War of the
that
Totally.
radio show. Oh my
That's
god!
right.
Like,
Yeah.
It's real.
It is real.
It's like so real.
So real. Well, I think it's that time in which we hear from a second opinion. on
Yeah.
These things.
Okay.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
I want to say thank you so much,
Matt, thank you so much for being
Thank
on
you
our
for having
show. This
yeah,
was
it was
big.
great.
Yeah. Till
And
next
don't,
time.
I feel like I don't need to tell you this, but don't text and drive.
I'll be okay.
I'm not worried that you're going to do that.
Yeah, certainly not. But thanks again.
But you can text about this show, that's for sure.
Oh yes,
Yeah, definitely. 5 stars.
absolutely.
Thank you so much, Matt, for
Thank
being
you,
a
Matt.
part of our
All
show.
right, take care, guys.
All righty. It's summer.
Summertime. Summer breeze.
Blowing through the jasmine of my eyes.
That was such a great song
And a great guest. Thank you, Matt.
and a great
Yes.
guest. Yes,
Yes.
thank you very much.
Thank you, Matt.
But we are moving on to
Summer.
all right,
Yes.
summer.
So I was gonna read.
I was going to read it again, huh?
You're looking on Don's notes, not even your own.
So much.
It's okay.
That's hilarious.
It's okay.
Summer.
Hello.
Hello.
Ooh, welcome.
Welcome.
Thanks.
Summer. This the
What's
young
going on,
stuff.
Summer? It almost isn't summer anymore.
No, it's not.
I know. I'm so sad. The summer was very weird, but
Text me that, Summer.
Weird
already.
summer.
Summer, why don't
Summer
you text
was
me that,
weird,
please?
but aren't you looking forward to fall?
yes. I've grown to actually the older I've gotten, I think I'm more of a fall person now.
The older you've gotten, you're 25. What the hell are you talking about?
Now let's not,
Let's not be hasty here.
She's got her own wisdom,
Yeah.
experience.
Oh, I'm quite sure, but
Don't be ageist.
oh,
You were just called ageist. Ay. All right, so tell us a little bit about technology plights that you have or know about or can enlighten us about.
enlighten
well,
us, Summer.
I've gotten to the point where now, like, it's like a love-hate relationship with just the online world, social media, phones, cars, all of it. Like, I don't know. Growing up as a kid, things were different, and I didn't grow up on an iPad.
Oh,
Yeah.
So I'm used to, like, having friends, playing outside, and having fun. And if we get bored, we get bored. We figure out other dumb stuff to do, and that's the fun of it,
Yes.
Yes.
I like that, Summer.
Now it's like, if you're bored, you're just scrolling on your phone for hours.
But you
And
know
then
what's
it's like
great,
midnight
Summer?
before
You
you know
said you figure out what to do. So
Yes.
it's an active component where
Use
like
your mind.
it's up to you. It's
up to you.
Entertaining. It's not like, oh, I want to look at another video.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
the creativity.
Maybe we go swimming. Maybe we go for a hike. Whatever. Like,
Yeah.
maybe we play kick the can. Does
Don't
anybody
get
remember
lost
that?
in the woods.
Yeah, don't get
Yes.
lost in the
I mean, seriously, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
It sounds
So it's almost
horrifying
sounds
now,
like,
but as a kid, like,
having phones like this, it makes your brain dead. What do you think about that, Summer? I mean, because
Oh my goodness! Like I even have to check with myself because sometimes I actually hate to spell check on our phones because I'm like, oh my god, I don't know how to spell this. Like, what the hell is wrong with me? I know this stuff. I should know. but we've become definitely heavily reliant on our phones, and I definitely feel like it impacts our capabilities that are definitely there, but like we just become so reliant on it that it's like, oh, if there's someone were to ask me just point blank period, how do you spell this? I'm like, it depends. I don't know.
Isn't
Ooh,
that
that's
something?
crazy.
Yeah.
Because if you think
Yeah.
about it, it autocorrects you sometimes, so you don't even have to think about it or remember
I
it.
think at all.
I wonder, yeah.
Exactly.
You don't.
That's
And then if
the
you have a
whole
question,
plan.
let me Google it. You know, it's just
Yeah, you do not sound sinister or anything.
I mean, that is pretty nefarious,
Yes,
though, right? When
it
you
is.
think about it, it's like, just get everybody nice and brain
Yeah.
dead.
Yes.
Brainwashed and brain dead, yeah.
You don't think.
Yeah.
You know.
So do most of your friends do all of their things online or on their phone?
Oh yeah, everyone. It's I try to give them, like, I've had a friend actually ask me for like advice or tips. She's like, oh, how do you do that, or what kind of cleanse are you on? And I'm like, well, all I literally did, I didn't delete the apps on my phone. I just turn off the notifications, and ever since then, I forget.
Oh.
So I
Wow.
don't check, like, I don't check Facebook, I don't check Snapchat, I don't check Instagram. So some of my friends, like, that are part of my actual inner circle, I'm like, oh crap, I have to check in with them because I don't mind getting stuff from them and messaging them back and forth, but everything else I do like to tune out.
Yeah.
Right. It probably
I'm to the
interferes.
point where, like, even in the dating world, it sucks for my generation.
Mm.
I hate dating in my generation. It sucks. It just went down the drain. Men are so reliant on their phones. They're lazy. They don't step up. They don't go
Oh.
above and beyond. And it's just,
Wow. Wow.
I'm not a fan of the online dating either. So I feel like I
Wow.
don't fit in with my generation when it comes to certain things, because I'm just, if you were to ask me what the lingo is nowadays, I couldn't tell you. I don't even know myself. That's like, I don't even feel 25 compared to them,
Renaissance woman,
because
honey.
they're so much more into it than I ever got
Yeah.
into it. And honestly, I'm really not that tech savvy, and I want to keep it that way because I don't think I need to get sucked into that world.
Woo.
pretty smart.
Oh, so
Right,
then that's a
all
really
right.
challenging conundrum there, Summer, because
it
on the
is.
one hand, like, you want to stay connected to your friends, do you kind of
Yeah.
like go down, do you get sucked into all that technology? Or is there a way that you found where you can let them know, look, everybody, I'm not going to check anything for the next 2 hours, so don't think that I'm like ignoring you
Ignoring
you.
purposely.
Yeah.
Like, how do you navigate that?
Well, so I mean, like, I guess my inner circle. I mean, we all have each other's phone numbers, so I don't turn off my text notifications. So if they really need to get a hold of me, they can text or call me anytime.
Got it.
But when it comes to the other stuff, they'll let me know, like, hey, Savvy, like, or somebody, like, go check your messages. Snapchat, Instagram. I sent
Okay.
you something so funny. I'm like, oh, okay, let me go check it out.
Okay.
So
Right.
that's usually how. But otherwise, just text or phone call. It was nice though, growing up, like, being in a neighborhood. You just go and knock on your friend's door. That's it. Like,
Ah.
oh, is
Wow.
so and so here? Can they come out and play with me? Like, I miss that stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I do too.
Old school.
you
Seriously.
No, serious. Like I used to live in a neighborhood where I would just go across the street, knock on my neighbor's door, and she'd be like, "Hey, come on in for a glass of wine," and you know,
Glass of wine?
yeah, whatever.
Whatever.
How
Yeah.
old are you?
Well, no, I was in my adulthood, in my 30s.
Okay. Oh, I guess.
I was five, having a glass of wine.
I thought, wait a second, this is a different episode.
You got scared for a minute.
No.
Adam.
But is back in my 30s in the old neighborhood, it was like the kids did all of that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
so
okay.
did the parents.
Yes.
Like we weren't texting, oh, can I come over? Do you got a minute? No, it was like raw, just
Go
go out
right
the
over.
door,
Just dropping
see
by.
what's up, and either they're available or they're not.
Oh, they're not.
Or like,
But it's
yeah.
funny you say that. Do they even do that now? You know, some people, you don't want to stop by people's house without calling now
Right.
or texting
Without
them.
calling and texting
They've
first.
even changed that.
I know.
It's true.
It's sad.
Oh yeah, the people are like, oh my gosh, how dare you not text me or give me a heads up before coming over?
Yeah, that's
Some
crazy.
people don't like that.
Yeah.
So they really don't. It
This is
It
does.
just
so-
depends on the person.
Yeah, that too. But it changed a lot for us, how we live and you know, like one of the girls says, "Oh, I text you." I said to myself, "I blocked you." You know, so,
Oh.
Well, no wonder why you didn't get the text.
okay. That's the one thing I like about it. I ain't got to talk to somebody I don't like. You know.
But what if she comes to your door?
Oh, I dare her.
That's what happens.
Yeah, I dare her.
But Summer, you are a phenomenal woman.
Yeah, especially
And I
for
say
her
that,
age
yeah,
group.
for your age group, and I say your parents did an excellent job in raising you, because for you to be at this age and this stage, and deal with social media the way you do, you're to be commended.
Yeah, very
Summer.
mature.
Yeah,
Maybe we could have
appreciate
those
that.
parents on.
I think she
Yeah.
needs some kudos. Yes.
I'm curious, Summer. I want to ask you a question that I asked Matt before, and so I think you're surrounded by people who, for the most part, are totally in this digital world, right? So, do you know anybody else who is similarly minded, or who maybe wants to take it a step further, like getting a flip phone or getting one of those non-smartphones?
It's funny you say that because I actually thought about that for myself, because I think out of all of my friends, I would say I'm the most, like, what's the word? When it comes to that, I don't know, I like to keep away from it. They're, not to say that it's to a point where it's unhealthy for them, but they just have different uses for it, I guess. I don't know. And it may not cause as much anxiety for them as it does for me. So, which is fine. But I don't think they would downgrade to a less high-tech phone. I
Probably not.
definitely thought about it because my anxiety was at an all-time high last year, I'd say.
Wow.
And I knew that the only way I could calm myself down is if I disconnected. And I had people tell me that too, like, maybe you just need to step away from your phone, your computer, whatever it may be. And I was like, well, I still want to stay in contact with my main people, or in case there's an emergency. So I
Sure.
really actually thought about getting a flip phone myself.
Oh,
Wow.
wow.
Yeah.
That's
But
extreme.
my
Go ahead,
friends,
girl.
no, I don't think they do that.
No.
Wow.
But do you think you might do that?
Well, I'm okay now. I've leveled out, and just turning off the notifications has helped tremendously. I mean, I take my dog out for walks a lot. The only times I really use my phone is actually to explore different places on Google Maps, which is really nice. Finding out different parks, hikes, lakes,
So you switch
stuff
it
like
up.
that. So it's
Yeah,
been
so
pretty
you're
enjoyable in
use
that
for her,
aspect. But
yeah.
I don't know, maybe if my anxiety or depression hits again, I may downgrade to like an easier phone.
That's a
Just a flip
great.
phone.
That's a
That's a
idea.
great insight.
Yes,
that
it
you have
is.
about yourself, and you think about. I mean, you hear it all the time: mental health and the increase in
Right.
depression and anxiety, and especially with the youth and COVID. And it's. I think it's really admirable that you've done something about it.
Yes.
You're
Yeah.
taking action.
Active
and
approach.
you notice that okay, you can modulate it.
Yeah, there's
maybe
a
if
shift
things
you
get
got going
worse,
on.
you'll-
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So that's
Yeah.
kudos to you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. You're getting some accolades here.
Agreed.
Yes, indeed. Proud of
Yeah,
you.
really good.
Proud of you,
Of
son.
course, if you decided to downgrade to that phone, you could always go to the good old fashioned computer. Remember MapQuest? I don't know if anybody remembers.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
Remember trying to get direct?
Map.
Wow.
The
Print it
printing
out
out.
before we go
MapQuest
somewhere.
directions.
That's right.
And then someone
Yeah.
had to be in charge of the papers and directing the driver where to
That's
go.
right.
Didn't
Yeah.
matter.
Yeah,
I
I
still
remember
got
those days.
lost.
Those were
And then
fun.
you accidentally stapled page 3 after page 8.
Right.
Where are
You're
we?
like, where the hell are we? We don't. How do we get here? But you can always find that part. Yeah, really. You can probably always find that.
He said we're so old.
Aye.
Gosh. But oh Lord, this was wonderful. Son.
Yeah, really good. Thanks for your.
I'm so
all your
proud
insight.
of you, and everything that you're doing right now. And you'd be surprised that I'm quite sure. This is how things get started. Let me just tell you something. You never know who else feels like you,
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
and you may not want to go on social media to do that, but there's probably someone who might want to hear from you. Someone,
Yeah, there might be.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
and I can't wait to meet that.
Keep
other
that-
person.
keep
More
that
of them,
in
hopefully,
mind.
are
Keep that in
like-minded like
mind.
me that
Yeah.
way.
Totally. Well, great. This was great. Thanks so much for joining us
Thank
today.
you,
giving us
Summer.
your insight.
Yes, thank you,
you for
Summer.
having me.
I learned so much.
Me
Proud of
too.
you. Good luck in everything that you do.
Yes.
Yes.
That was
All
a
right.
great one.
Great.
I love that young lady. I think that's a wonderful thing.
Yeah,
you know?
it's definitely
Even
rare.
some of us, like when we finish, we looking at our phones. What the hell?
Wait a minute.
It's interesting. Like I was thinking about a pendulum, when it's like things always swing to extremes. It's like a new technology comes out or something comes out, there's a trend, and like we all go in one direction. And it's not surprising. I feel like there's going to be probably a pretty big movement of people
Something
like
will happen.
away from smartphones, at least taking
Right.
a break, just
Yes.
like a little bit of a digital
Totally.
detox,
Yes.
Yeah, digital detox.
Which
Absolutely.
reminds me of a
You got a quote. Okay,
I got
come
a
on.
quote for it.
Come on.
This is attributed to Omar Ahmad. I don't know who that is, but
Okay.
The quote is, "We live in a digital world, but we're fairly analog creatures."
Oh,
And
I'm
this
definitely an
is-
analog creature.
And I think
Yes, it
sometimes
is.
there's this like this discomfort or this disconnect. You know, our brains and our bodies, like, it's very analog. You know, we're more about like dials than about buttons.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep.
You can quote me on that.
We are gonna quote you on
We
that.
are.
Wow. Sometimes you just need to take a break
Yeah.
from social media, and sometimes I do. I just don't post or nothing. I just don't go on.
Yep.
Yeah.
Read.
Just read.
Yeah, get some knowledge. Listen to some soft music. Just you got to take a break.
Or watch-
It fries your brain. You don't even
Does.
think.
Even
You know what's a great place to read?
Where?
And you're gonna think I'm kidding, but the library.
yes.
And just going to a library, looking at different books. You know what I love about, I'm talking about analog versus digital. Sometimes if you're looking in a section that has books that you're interested in, but then because the books are just next to other books, you come across
Other
things like a title or an author that you never
would have thought.
would. Like we talk about how, oh, it's amazing, you can enter something into Google and find anything. Yeah, but sometimes what if you like stumble across, you know, there are these ways that you can stumble across things in
Totally true.
the analog world.
That's
that
true.
I think our brains need.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I'll get
to
off my
bookstore.
soapbox now.
Go to
Yes.
Barnes and Noble. I have a friend of mine just likes to go in Barnes and Noble.
Yeah.
And then I go. and
Episode
she do
sponsored
things.
by Barnes and Noble.
There you go. Them too. Absolutely.
Oh, you know, one thing I did notice is
Yes.
that remember how there used to be such a huge craze when people would, like, the new iPhone's coming out, lines around the block.
Oh, really ridiculous.
Oh God, it was crazy, right? And now I feel like, and everyone was always like, oh, I want to get the next phone or upgrade. And I was telling Paul, I'm like, I have no desire to upgrade this phone of mine. I'm gonna till it dies.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's gonna-
Same
like,
phone. That's
That's
right.
like my wife too. She's like, does it still work? Well, I'm
Now then,
still using it.
Still
we're
use it.
using it. We're not running out and
I think that's a very nice, smooth segue into talking about what's up next.
what is
Yes.
You know,
it?
there's always another episode.
Yes.
Next time, we're very excited to be talking about
Uh-oh.
how AI and
Ooh.
corporate executives made getting a job today a bullshit
Shit stack.
task.
Bullshit.
AI generated bullshit. I guess you say bullshit.
Yep.
I am an AI bullshit.